as we have Scott Richards attacking Chris Danger before his matchup. Scott Richards and Chris Danger have been at each other's throats for a number of weeks now. And Scott Richards getting a little bit of payback there. Security having to separate Scott Richards. It looks like James Moore is allowing Chris Danger to get back in the ring, and it looks like he can continue despite that attack there. What a way to start off Reign, folks. James Moore and Chris Danger, with Chris Danger being attacked viciously by the Scoop Scott Richards. And this gives James Moore quite the advantage here in this matchup as a huge powerbomb lands there for James Moore. And folks, we're going to hear from Peyton Reed tonight. She's also in action against Savannah Williams tonight. Peyton Reed made her debut on Reign and got a victory over Jordan Williams, so she's looking for a victory over Savannah Williams, the older sister of Jordan. Folks, we greatly appreciate you joining us here on this late evening edition of Reign. I had some other things to do this morning, which is why I didn't go live earlier this morning, but important thing is we are here now. As we have Chris Danger going up top here. Looking to do something dangerous is Chris Danger. And look at that, the crossbody is Chris Danger looking to come back in this matchup. Despite the attack, and it looks like James Moore going to try and prevent that from happening, but Chris Danger looking for something there, can't connect with it. Now let this. The knee lift, no, Chris Danger got out of the way, and he lands a knee of his own. Now remember, folks, we have Conquest happening next Friday, the 16th of May, in Newcastle, England. It is there that we will determine our first ever champions under the Noble Pro brand. Now next week on Noble Pro, that being next Wednesday, the go-home show, if you will, to Noble Pro is the cattle mutilation here on James Moore, referee down. James able to get out of the way there and able to get out of it. And like I was saying before here, we will have a battle royal. And the two people that are the last two people in the battle royal will be representative of those tag teams. And those two tag teams, whoever the members are, will go on for those titles, to face for those titles. And the winning team, the one who is the last guy standing, the last representative of said team, will then choose the stipulation. This will determine the teams that will be challenging for the Noble Pro Tag titles. As right now, that is the only match that is yet to be determined, really. As Chris Danger with a taste of danger. On to James Moore, trying to pull back in this matchup here. Count of two, and James able to kick out. It's very impressive here. Just what Chris has been able to do despite the attack here in this matchup. He was the weak one heading into this matchup, courtesy of Scott Richards with the attack. You know, it was him and Brandon Collins that have caused a lot of problems for the Scoop. We also will have Elijah Jones in a main event tonight against Desmond Wright. following last week's countout. No disqualification. Main event. And Marcus Rivera, him and Elijah have been at each other's throats the past number of weeks. So it seems as though a match between them is inevitable at this point. Another match, I should say, between the two. Things are going great, Marcus. We're just chilling, doing an episode of Rain, and obviously Backlash tonight on the WWE side. But right now we have to turn our attention to this matchup. And Chris Danger and James Moore. James with the pop-up punch there and a double axe handle. Couple of face washes in the corner. Chris beside himself right now. There's a huge shot right to the jaw. And now James wants to try to hit that knee lift he couldn't hit before. Looking for it now. The kick to the midsection. Knee lift. No. Chris Danger got in the way. Or got out of the way, I should say. And got a super kick. Again, James Moore unable to connect with that knee lift. And now Danger looking for the Philly special knee strike. That's the knee strike right across the jaw. And Danger can't connect with it. And now looking for the last shot. James Moore couldn't connect with it that time. Now kick right to the knee. Last shot! Able to land, finally, for James Moore. 2, kick out from Danger. And Danger still in it. Despite being attacked here by Scott Richards, and another knee lands flush there for James Moore. And like I said, James Moore, he's one of those guys that's, you know, he's a stand-up guy. You know, he allowed Chris Danger to get in the ring, and I mean, I would say this, that Chris, you know, he's one of those guys that, you know, is not one to back down from a fight. I've called him a coward a couple of times, but I might have to take that back. And James Moore hits that drop kick there. And now James going up top. James now looking for the moonsault and can't land it as Chris got out of the way. And the famouser landing there off of the springboard position. And now Chris Danger taking James over. Look at this Panama Sunrise incoming. Shades of his friend Adam Cole. Panama Sunrise on James Moore. Panama Sunrise 1, 2. Referee's a little slow to count, and that allows James Moore to get the shoulder up at 2.5. I'm not sure if the referee got hit inadvertently there. I don't know. But that count was a little sluggish there. Now James Moore busted open after that knee drop right to the face. James Moore getting up. I'm not sure what Chris is planning to do here. Turning around, not realizing James is back inside the squared circle. And a big chop. And just hammering away is James Moore. And now he's looking to go up top. Looking for that elbow. He might be a little too close. Got it anyway. James Moore with the elbow. 2. Chris Danger with a kick out at 2.5. Chris Danger busted open and all. Still finding a way to get out of this. And James is really feeling it. And Chris missing that disaster kick. Roll through, trying to get it over with. 1, 2, he could have it 1 here. James Moore kicked out. Now looking for that knee strike again, can't land it. Irish whip though, caught the drop kick. And Danger just trying to get this over with. Referee down for the 2 and can't get the 3 yet. The Dragon Screw leg whip. Sends Danger down now. Oh, Danger though! Danger though is playing possum! Danger though is playing possum! Almost had the victory there. And this has been non-stop action here in this opening matchup between Chris Danger and James Moore. Prior to the match, Scott Richards' bitter rival, the rookie of Noble Pro, I should say, you know, has made quite the name for himself. Has now butted heads with one of the biggest stars in professional wrestling. There's the final calling there on James Moore. And that's not very like Scott Richards to attack like that, but once you piss him off, all bets are off there as Danger going up top. Tried for the drop kick, couldn't land it. Now looking for the knee lift. Got it that time. And now James going up again. Can he land it again? The elbow landed on the back that time. The kidney of Chris Danger. Little trouble in the cover though. 2, kick out. Danger kicked out again. That slight hesitation with the cover. And that hurt James Moore there. That hurt his chances. Makes me wonder how many chances are you gonna get? James Moore going for that moonsault. He's hurting. James Moore's hurting. Trying to get this over with. 2, kick out. Chris Danger still in it somehow. Now Danger with the reversal. Danger now in the driver's seat trying to get this over with. Goes for the cover right away. 2, got the rope. He got the rope though. Chris Danger. Wait a minute. Wait. Scott Richards is out there. Wait a minute. Referee grabbed the rope. Can't really see Scott Richards. You know it's him. You know it's him. Little bit of a delay on the music in the production truck because things are going wild today. Danger. Oh, look at this. Danger and Chris, or Danger and Richards going at it. And these two got to be separated. And no, Richards and Chris hammering away at one another. All right, folks, here we are with your next matchup. As we have Sky Outlaw coming out here. Now, this is a tag matchup here. Set up by our GM, Zane Pierce. This was set up courtesy of what happened this past Wednesday on Noble Pro. You can catch that episode right now live on my YouTube channel, folks. It was when Sky and Lexi had an exchange of words. So, what may seem like bitter rivals now, they have to be teammates tonight. And that shall be something. As you have Lexi Star, the star you can't outshine. It's Lexi Star. Now we'll see how these two hold up. Lexi Star had very harsh words in regards to Sky Outlaw, making a reference to her domestic violence case with her boyfriend from high school, saying that maybe if Dave just beat on Sky a little bit more, we wouldn't have had to see her in the ring. And I'm paraphrasing, but basically that is what Lexi had said. So she went a little low, and so did Sky, with the remark of her being on her knees in front of a camera. You know, I don't know, you're not going to get that OF going if you're Lexi Star, but it wouldn't surprise me if she did, with the way that she acts. But I have to remain professional here as the commentator of our show, so I have to play as a neutral party here in this matter. And we'll see just how well she does with Scarlet. Coming out here. Now the thing you have to know about Scarlet is she's teaming up with Bella Durov, her bitter rival. She got a little bit overzealous this past week on Noble Pro, and when she was putting Bella through the table, through the announce table with the Into the Cosmos, then shortly after that, she tried for the UFO cutter instead of going for the cover for the win. Bella Durov was able to get out of it and hook in the hammer and sickle once again and get Scarlet to tap out yet again. As we have Bella Durov now. Now remember, folks, Morgan Reese has been suspended, courtesy of Zane Pierce, due to unprofessional behavior. She has been suspended without pay. And remember, folks, next Friday, we have Conquest, the 16th. So in 6 days' time, right here, live on Twitch. Well, we'll see what team can set their differences aside the best. The Scarlet and Sky are going to start this one off. Remember, folks, main event here tonight, Eliza Jones and Desmond Wright in a no disqualification match following the events of Noble Pro this past Wednesday, in which Desmond had won via countout. Some may say that is due to a distraction of Marcus Rivera that just played into the mind of Elijah perfectly. Enough so that Elijah couldn't think straight. They were on the outside for quite some time. And as a result, Desmond got a win in the most unlikely way possible. He didn't even want to win that way. He never wants to win that way. But when the opportunity presents itself, you have to take it. And Scarlet looking for the early victory for her team and a kick out at 1. Remember, folks, like I said, next Friday, we will have the premium live event of Conquest, in which every single title will be on the line. We will be crowning our first champions. So be there to witness history here in this rebrand of Noble Pro. Look at this, the kick there. Scarlet looking to do something dangerous, and look at that! The Hurricane Run all the way through the ropes. You gotta love that. I have never seen her do anything like that before, but you see something new every day in the world of professional wrestling. Just when you think you've seen it all, you haven't. And Sky knows that she's probably not going to have Lexi on her side that well, and Scarlet knows the same thing about Bella. Look at this, the exploder suplex not gonna happen. Tried for the UFO cutter, couldn't land it. Looking for the sky's the limit driver. This is what won her the triple threat matchup on Noble Pro, that first ever women's main event triple threat. That wild triple threat, which ended with Lexi Star getting pinned by Sky here, and looks like Lexi and Sky are working together pretty good so far. But it's only a matter of time before egos get in the way, and look at that DDT. And look at this, Scarlet tried for the senton and landed awkwardly there. Didn't hit her target. Being wise and tagging out of the matchup. But Lexi was still down somewhat, so I don't know if she just got just enough of it or what. But nonetheless, Bella Durov is now in this matchup. The Moscow product, the Red Menace. From Moscow, Russia, the former RCW Women's Champion. And she's looking to become the first ever Noble Pro Women's Champion, as I can say that Bella Durov is one of the participants in that doors match. That is only pinfall. It's pinfall only. As Lexi Star looking for the hot tag there after that knee strike, able to get it in a pump kick there. Takes out Scarlet. Now looking for this double team right away, perhaps, and a shot right to the midsection. Let's look at this. Lexi Star, what a reverse runner. Reverse runner. Referee down right away. Perfect spot, perfect positioning there from our ref. And that's not something I can say a lot of. Bella Durov gets the tag. But Lexi said, oh, hell no. And there's Scarlet, and Scarlet gets met with a boot. And Bella Durov able to take advantage. And look at this. Lackluster pin cover and a kick out at one. We've seen Bella do that a lot lately. And look at this. Down goes Bella and a kick out at one. Again, Scarlet being taken out. Look at this. Taking your eye off the ball, Lexi, and there's the backstabber. I get that these ladies, Bella Durov, Scarlet, Sky, and Lexi, they're bitter rivals being forced to team together. But you have to set your differences aside here. You can't allow the animosity that you have towards one another to get in the way of the W. You know, we've seen people that don't like each other. I mean, it's kind of like in the workplace. You know, as Scarlet gets tagged in here, it's kind of like in the workplace where you know you always have that guy that nobody likes or that person that you don't really get along with. Well, you're forced to deal with them anyway because, well, if you don't, your job could be on the line. So, you know, and we've already seen that possibly be a thing for Morgan Reese. So we don't know if she's ever going to come back. Tried for the enziguri. Whiffed on it. Pump kick. That one lands. Both ladies tried to go for it, and Lexi really feeling herself now. Waiting for Scarlet to get up, and now look at this enziguri again. Bella on the apron. And Bella wants a piece, and Scarlet is going to have to just wait there and recover. And Scarlet right there waiting. Scarlet and Lexi, former opponents. Remember, these two faced off for the Serenity title, in which Scarlet was the last one to hold it. She won her first title when this brand was under RCW. And the Swanton Bomb lands, looking for Into the Cosmos here. Let's see if she lands it. Lexi had other plans, though. Lexi now. Taking out Bella. This is perfect here. This is what you want to do if you're Lexi here in this situation. Now looking for the Celestial DDT. Oh, Bella. Bella rolled right in there. Was perfect. Perfect timing. And again, not sure where Sky's going there. Looks like she's going to go after Bella there. While Lexi handles her business here inside the squared circle. Still the legal woman. Forearm lands there. And now Lexi going to run in with a drop kick. Remember, she has that shooting star press and Starstruck in her back pocket. And look at that. A little bit of a roll through. Both ladies trying to go for something and both missing horribly. Tried for the scoop slam perhaps, and a shot right to the back of the leg there. And now look at this. Lexi Star has Scarlet in a compromising position here. Look at this. Lexi with a superplex off of the top rope. And a cover for the win, and Scarlet powers at it too. Gonna need more than that. Bella took a cheap shot, and that allows Scarlet to take over. Scarlet with a code breaker. Insaguri catches Scarlet. Tried for the springboard, and Lexi unable to get anything going. Lexi in shambles right now as Scarlet getting taken out. Sky taking out everybody. Surprisingly, the two ladies with the biggest egos are working pretty damn well for one another. Look at this. Shooting star press. Looking for the win for her team. And a kick out at 2.5. Lexi could have had it there. Now trying to go for the cover again. There's one, there's two, and there's the kick out. Notice how Sky's been paying very close attention to Bella Durov on the outside or on the apron. And the Starstruck lands. Lexi trying to get this victory. 2, 3, and she will for her team. Lexi getting a little bit of redemption. Notice how Sky was barely legally in that matchup. But Sky did what she needed to do. And notice how Bella was barely in it here. And I feel like this was one of the turning points of the matchup. There's the Celestial DDT. And notice how Bella did not help Scarlet at all in that situation. And I thought it was over here, but Scarlet was able to power out. And all it took was Starstruck. And Lexi redeems herself here by getting a win over the woman who beat her for that Serenity title. Don't go anywhere, folks. We're going to get to your next match momentarily, right after this. All right, folks, here we are with your next matchup. As we have Peyton Reed gracing us with her presence yet again. Now she already has a win. Over Jordan. This is only her second match under the Noble Pro banner. Now Peyton Reed right now, she's trying to get off to a hot start. Kind of like we had Scoop the Scott Richards get off to a good start. And let's see if she can here. Against a veteran. And Savannah Williams, there's buckets and she's balling again. Trying to redeem for her sister's loss there that she faced in Peyton Reed's debut. This one should be a good one, folks. Can Peyton Reed start off 2-0? We'll see. And our referee gets us going. Savannah stands at 5'10", so she's gonna have to, Peyton's gonna have to get those kicks up a little bit higher. And I think the height advantage could really serve Savannah well here, but Peyton's got speed, and look at the drop kick in the corner. Not once, but twice. And Peyton calling up Savannah now. Look at this. Peyton's on a roll with the Meteora. Lackluster cover. And a kick out at 1. Now, one thing that Savannah's got to be careful of is the Steel Reigns lariat that we saw Jordan take. And look at this, the DDT! And Savannah going for the cover right away. I like her thinking, but it's only a 2 count. Now imagine if Peyton's able to get a victory over both Williams sisters. Both veterans. Especially now with the rebrand. You're gonna see, look at this, the triple moonsaults from all 3 ropes here. Vintage Peyton Reed right there. In a cover, trying to get this over with, gets a 2 count once again. Peyton doesn't seem to be taking the veteran seriously here. She's just showing the world what she can do, but you have to think, you know, there's always that saying, respect your elders or respect those who came before you. She doesn't seem to think that that applies to her at all. And a super kick right there lands for Savannah. Is Savannah looking to get back into this matchup after a slow start? Now up to the second rope now. Savannah, look at this. Elbow, taking a page out of her sister's playbook with that one. The ball and elbow, almost had it. Look at this. The quick strikes, and there's the speed. Again of Peyton Reed. And now Peyton going up top again. Peyton now hitting an elbow of her own. Whatever you can do, I can do better. And that's just the 2 count again. And Peyton really feeling herself right now. Well, there's Savannah. You can see in the background. Savannah able to take advantage. And now Savannah planning and plotting here. Waiting for Peyton to get up to her feet. And oh, what a shot. Right to the face of Peyton Reed. And the young gun right here, Peyton Reed. In a world of hurt, tried to go over to the corner. Savannah with a couple of face washes, and there's a big running one. And now she might be looking for top of the key. She might look for it, looking for it. Top of the key, no! Peyton got out of the way. Peyton got out of the way. Look at this. Steel Reigns lariat. The Steel Reigns lariat. Referee taking forever to get down, and only a 1 count out of that. I'm not sure what was going on with the referee. Oh, look at it. The yellow jacket. The knee strike right to the face of Savannah, and finally able to get a decent count. But the ref totally screwed Peyton there. And a couple of shots to the back. And once again, Peyton going up and down with that splash. 2, could it be over after this? No. Savannah still in it somehow. And she's trying to get the crowd behind her, Peyton that is, but I don't think she's going to do that great of a job there. Look at this. The strikes. Again, having to get that kick just a little higher. Due to the height of Savannah Williams, using that height to her advantage. Now look at this, Peyton. Peyton now, look at this. My God, what a reverse runner there. The Hurricane Rana from the top. And a lackluster cover. As the referee gets down, count of 2. And she powers out, and Peyton's starting to get pissed. Peyton's getting pissed now. But she can't allow that to get in the way of a potential victory. That's Savannah having Peyton dazed. Look at this. Not sure why Savannah had trouble picking up Peyton there, but considering the size difference, and look at this. Taking a page out of the People's Champs playbook with a People's Moonsault. Referee down. Perfect in time. 2 kick out. Savannah still in it. And again, look at this. Savannah Taking Peyton down. And Savannah again. Trying to get herself back into this. Takes Peyton down. Is that going to be enough? Did she just exhaust her there? 2, kick out. Irish whip here. Look at this. Savannah with a leapfrog over. Look at this. Super kick landed. Now looking for the alley-oop. Alley-oop from the corner. To give Peyton her first loss. 2, kick out. Peyton still powering out of it. And now she's looking to end this thing. Top of the key. Top of the key this time landed. Top of the key this time landed. 2, kick out. Peyton still in it. And I don't know what you need to do now if you're Savannah to get the victory here. Brainbuster. And we got some blood now. Peyton's been busted open. We're probably going to need a towel out here at some point. And Savannah on the second rope. Peyton dazed. Double axe handle. Not there. And finally able to get her up for that slam. I believe that's what she was trying to hit earlier and couldn't do so. Now a little bit of joint manipulation here. You can see the welts on the back of Savannah. Savannah taking a lot of punishment in this matchup. But the same could be said for Peyton as well. And Peyton with a kick now. Peyton right in the driver's seat. Look at this. Yellow jacket. But Savannah got right back up. But she's not going to from this. Steel Reigns lariat. But where's the ref? The ref. 2. Kick out. Savannah still in it. And again, the referee causing problems. Trying for it again. Again, another Steel Reigns lariat. Full power. Referee, come on. Finally, Peyton with the victory. Well, what was going on with that referee tonight? What was going on with the referee tonight in this matchup? That's some of the worst officiating I've ever seen. Ever. I have no idea what was going on with that ref tonight. I apologize, folks. I have never seen such bad officiating, just out of position a majority of the time in this matchup. But you see this. He was in perfect position for that, though. And ironically, this. I think Peyton may have a little bit of grounds to say for that, for a biased official. And Steel Reigns, yet again, the Pittsburgh native. Getting the victory. But it took a lot more than she anticipated. Do you see that? Referee wasn't in there, but at that point, Savannah was lights out. It took a little bit of blood, but still reigns here on Reign. Don't go anywhere, folks. Main event coming your way next.
Here we have Peyton Reed, one of our newest signings who's enjoying an impressive start. Peyton, you've already got 2 wins under your belt, against veterans Jordan and Savannah Williams no less. How does it feel to be making such waves in your early days here in Noble Pro?
Felt great. The Williams sisters aren't used to getting handled like that. I'm on a different level.
Impressive confidence, Peyton. The veterans might be taken aback by your skill, but you're clearly on a different level. What do you think sets you apart from the rest of the roster? And what do you think the fans can expect from you going forward?
Everyone else is just the same. They're like robots, programmed to do the same things the same ways over and over again. I'm built different. When I hit the ring, I'm there to make an impact. I'm there to take what I want.
That's a bold statement, Peyton. It sounds like you believe you have the skills to outshine anyone else here in Noble Pro. But the fans are watching, and they'll be the true judge of your abilities. Thanks for sharing your thoughts with us, Peyton. And now, back to you, Botch.
Thank you very much, Stephanie, as we got your main event coming your way right now. We have Elijah Jones. No disqualification, folks. And Elijah is not too thrilled that he lost in the most cheapest way possible, that being a countout. I mean, nobody likes to lose, I will say that, but I think people don't like to lose even more if it involves a cheap way like a countout. At least I would think Elijah, would, have at least some respect for Desmond if he won without the interference from Marcus. Now, we don't know exactly if that was the catalyst, if that was the reason that Elijah Jones had lost that matchup. There's no way to determine that because it's not like he got pinned off of that distraction. But nonetheless, Marcus stuck his nose in where it didn't belong. And, well, this is where we're at. As we have the savior, Desmond Wright.
Yeah. Money make the world go round. I'm trying to get it all right now. Everybody worry about the crown big. Look, call me out a man right now. Talking to a peon, kind of time peon. Don't go like the kind of take eons. Got a little buzz, it's time to go beyond.
He is the very first 20-man Royal Rumble winner, eliminating both Bryce Blackwell and Big Nasty Bubba Blackwell to go on to Slamfest, in which he was unsuccessful in capturing the world title when this company was RCW against Sinister of the Brotherhood at that time. But that is behind him now. He is setting the stage for Conquest, which again, folks, I'd like to remind you, May 16th, right here on Twitch, you're going to witness history. And here we go with our main event. Referees has been switched. Elijah Jones rushing in right away. And look at this. We saw this before, the collar and elbow tie-up. Look at this tie-up here now, Desmond. Trying to gain control. Elijah not allowing him to do so. Look at this. Just the size difference. Oh, now Desmond back with the switch. Desmond now with a shot right to the back. Now we're going to roll him up here. Referee had to get down quick. And there's no count to speak of. And now Desmond off to a great start here. No disqualification. Absolutely none. There should be no disqualification. There should be no countouts, but looks like our referee didn't get the memo. I might need to have a talk with our GM here. Our referees aren't getting what they should be getting. We can't have that here in Noble Pro. And look at this. These two locking up again. And Desmond with a splash onto Elijah. A little bit of an awkward cover though, or at least going into it and only getting a count of 2. And look at this, Elijah looking to pull a fast one here. 2, kick out. Tried for the elbow drop. Elijah couldn't land it. Look at this. Boom! A knee strike right there, right to the face. And Desmond really feeling it. You see a couple of signs in support of Elijah Jones right now in the crowd. Inverted DDT lands there. And look at this. Elijah Jones and Desmond right here in the main event, folks. Referee didn't get the memo here. This should be no disqualification. But look at this, Marcus. There's Marcus again. What the hell is Marcus doing here? I guess it is no disqualification there, but for whatever reason, there's a count out applied to it. What in the hell is going on? Oh, Marcus and Elijah going at it. Desmond's just watching this. He's not even interfering or anything. He's just letting this go. Oh, right off of the apron. Face first. This is nuts. Marcus coming out of nowhere again. This time he didn't even hit his entrance music. He just walked out here. And look at this. Oh, what a shot. With the kendo stick. It is no disqualification. But for whatever reason, there's a count out applied. And what a knee strike. My God. Caught Desmond out of nowhere. And he has to power out it too. Wow! This is crazy! Desmond right! And Elijah going at it, no DQ, despite there being a count out, which is kind of odd because, you know, under the rules of no DQ, it should be no count outs or anything, but I guess we're okay. And Elijah wants more. And look at these two going at it. Tit for tat here, shot for shot, going at it, and Elijah getting the better of that exchange. Now Elijah now. Oh, look at this. Dropping Desmond right. 2. Kick out. Desmond's still in it. And that's kind of a variation of the move from Marcus. You know, where he drops the face on the knee. You know, those two, they know each other very well, and like I said, another matchup between those fellas is inevitable at this point. And look at this, the kendo stick, he just said, F it, I'm just tossing this. Oh my! Elijah taking over with a double knees in the corner. Shades of Andrade right there. And now look at this. Elijah with a double axe handle. And this has been all Elijah for the time being. Oh, look at this. Busted open. One, two, Desmond still able to power out. And look at this now, folks. Look at this. Desmond, oh! What in the hell was that? Another knee strike, and Elijah wins it. Wow! I think Desmond was a little dazed there. And he couldn't really think straight after that. I'm just at a loss of words, folks. Rain has been absolutely crazy tonight. There wasn't many weapons utilized. That knee strike there, I think that was a knee strike that caused Desmond to be dazed. He kicked out of that. He might have been dazed. Look at this block. The slight and just the punch. And that was it. He must have really rocked. Desmond there, and Elijah getting the victory, folks, here on the main event of Reign.